Hey, what's up guys, it's Disturbed, and today I'm going to be making a beginner's guide video for Realm Royale. Considering this game is pretty much brand new and has actually a ton of new players that actually peaked at 100k and it's just going up, I figured it'd be great to make a guide video pretty much just explaining everything you guys need to know before you hop into Realm Royale. A lot of people have been confused or even have been apprehensive to play the game because they see it as either too complicated or too in-depth or something, but in all honesty, it really is simple, and I'll definitely walk you guys through everything you need to know. It just looks a little bit scary on the surface. So the way that I'm going to be doing this is just to be lazy and because I feel like I can get the most information out this way, I'm actually just going to take you guys through games. So I'm going to play solo. There's solos, duos, and squad, just like every other battle royale game. In terms of armory and stuff, there isn't really any skins. There is a rank, but it's kind of arbitrary at the moment, and they haven't given a whole bunch of information on that, so I'll talk more about that later. Alright, so now that we have loaded in, we are prompted with the screen that says to choose your class. Each class has their own little passive, like Hunter gets movement, or swap speed and reload speed. Each class also has their own abilities. This is a movement ability, which you always have up 24/7, and then the other abilities you can swap out between each other. This weapon you can craft at a forge, and it's specific to this class. So for example, if I was a warrior, I have an axe, but I can't use the sniper from the assassin, etc. You also can't interchange abilities from, pretty much same scenario. I can't use the assassin's movement ability on warrior. I'm going to pick warrior because it's the most fun for me currently, because you have a whole bunch of movement with the jump. But you can pretty much play whatever, everything is viable in its own sense. So just like every other battle royale game, you're going to load into a plane type blimp thing. This is basically what you're able to drop from, obviously. You load into it with about 84 people is the max that I've seen. I'm not sure if that's going to go up or not, but currently the maximum that I've seen is 84 people. Just like every other battle royale, you can pretty much pick wherever you want to go. It's very similar to Fortnite in the way that the blimp goes. It'll kind of spawn randomly and it'll go in one direction, and then you can pick wherever you want to go. With the way that the diving works, there isn't any parachute or anything, so you can actually stretch to the very ends of the map. You just have to make sure to do it correctly. A lot of people are really confused with how you actually do the parachuting or the gliding or whatever. Basically what you do, at least my rule of thumb, is to aim about 10% above where you actually want to go. If I aim exactly where I want to go, I'm actually going to end up falling short of that, so usually you want to aim about a little bit above of where you actually want to end up going. It's pretty self-explanatory, you get used to it, but it just takes a little bit. In terms of looting, in this game, everything isn't on the floor, but it's actually in chests. Usually most buildings will have about 1 to 2 chest spawns, and there are 3 different types of chests. One chest usually will just have anything in it. It can have either weapons or abilities. Another one has a guaranteed weapon, and then the other one is actually like a box that will always have either an armor potion or a health potion in it. These potions are your primary way of healing. The green potion, otherwise known as the standard healing potion, is going to give you 400 health per potion, and this heals up your blue bar, which maxes out at 1200 HP currently. There are other ways of healing, but that's using like class skills and whatnot. And then there's a yellow potion, which is going to be named armor potion, which gives you 400 armor per potion, and you can see the armor at the bottom left that is actually above your health bar. The maximum amount of armor that you can have is 1200, but that is with having all legendary armor and having, obviously all armor slots filled up. Therefore, how much armor you have is entirely dependent upon what pieces of armor you have equipped. To my knowledge, you're only able to carry 10 of each of these potions at one given time. In terms of what you can actually have equipped, you can always have 2 weapons, and this can be any combination. The weapons in this game are pretty much just like rifles. There's a sniper, there's an axe, there's a sword. There's a whole bunch of different stuff. I'll probably make a separate video going over every single weapon and which ones I think are the best. I'd recommend just trying out everything. But other than the weapons, there are also 3 ability slots. One of the abilities, which is the one on the far right, is your movement ability. For every single class, this is locked in and you cannot change this. But the other 2 abilities you can change at your free will. It's obviously, though, dependent upon what class you are running, but you can use any combination of the skills that your class has available to you. You just can't use duplicates of the same skill. And then for the actual armor, of course, there is the helmet, chest, gloves, and boots. And that's pretty much it for what you can have equipped. Each item in the game is subject to being a different rarity. Currently there is white, which is going to be the worst, green, then purple, and then ultimately legendary. The higher the rarity of the item, the more powerful it is. So for example, a legendary rifle or yellow rifle is going to be doing significantly more damage than a green rifle will. Also, it's good to note that purple and legendary armor actually have specific passive stat boosts on them. So for example, the legendary gloves are going to give you 30% reload speed and weapon swap speed. Something really unique and awesome about this game is the forge mechanic. If you take a look at your map, almost every single city has an anvil icon in the middle of it, and this is going to represent the blacksmith or the forging area. Here you can craft legendary armor, your legendary class weapon, a legendary class ability, or armor or health potions. In order to craft these items though, you need to collect shards. You can collect shards by looting items and pressing X on them to disenchant them for shards. The higher the rarity of the item, the more shards that you're going to get from disenchanting it. The maximum amount of shards that you can carry at once is 200, but if you disenchant something and you have maximum shards, the shards that you can't collect will stay on the ground for you, so you can always go back for more. For the legendary weapon though, you need 120 shards, and on top of that you need a chicken leg. You can obtain a chicken leg by killing an enemy while they are in their down state, which is a chicken, but I'll get more on that later. Once you have enough materials to craft an item, you can go to the forge and obviously press craft on your desired item. Everything other than potions are going to take 60 seconds to create, while potions take, I believe, 30 seconds. After your item is created, it will drop on the floor, and for 10 seconds it will be locked to you, meaning that you are the only person able to pick it up. After the 10 seconds though, other people can steal what you crafted if they want to, so be careful about that. You're only able to craft one of each item at a forge, so for example, you can't create 2 class items at the same forge, but you can create all 5 things if you wanted to. Additionally, if you want to create more armor or another class ability or something, all you have to do is visit a forge that you haven't already yet crafted at, and you'll be able to. One tip to keep in mind though is that if you are crafting something at a forge, there will be smoke coming out of the top of the building that shows other people that you are there. So before entering a forge, make sure that no one is there first, and be careful while you're crafting as well, because other people can see that you're there. This game also has a mechanic that is similar to supply drops, so basically a golden chest that is emanating will randomly drop somewhere in the map, and you can see it on your map, but it only lasts there for I think about 20, maybe 30 seconds before it disappears off of your map, but you can put a marker there. If you're close enough, you'll see a big beam shooting out of the chest, and then you'll be able to loot it, but be careful because other people can obviously see that as well. If you loot the chest, it'll have a random gold item. I've never seen armor drop out of there, and I've never seen a class ability, so it's possible that it's only weapons that drop out of there, but it's always going to be legendary. Something else that I really find unique about this game is the way that it deals with the downed state. So in Fortnite, if you get down or you die, you kind of just sit there waiting for your teammate to revive you, but in solos you just instantly die. But in this game, regardless of being in solos or in duos, instead of dying immediately, you turn into a chicken. This chicken has a very small amount of HP and can easily be killed, but if you dance around in circles for long enough, you will automatically revive. After 30 seconds of being a chicken, your character will revive, and you will come back with a very limited amount of health. Your teammates cannot revive you though, and you can easily be killed while you are a chicken. Another thing that this game has that Fortnite doesn't is the mount ability. So essentially, it's pretty simple. I'm sure you've seen it already so far, but essentially whenever you're not indoors, you can just get on your mount and you move a little bit faster, allowing you to traverse the map quicker and obviously get into gunfights more frequently, which is awesome. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. The only other thing I haven't mentioned is the zone mechanic, which is pretty simple. It's just like in Fortnite, if the map gets surrounded by a zone and it gets smaller and smaller. One thing to know though is that you are not able to use healing potions while you're in the zone, but if you're in the zone, you take armor damage first to taking health damage. So if you get stuck in the zone and you have like no HP anymore, use your armor potions first because you can't use healing potions while you're in the zone. So yeah, I think that about sums it up, man. If you enjoyed and this guide helped you, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe for videos similar to this one. I hope to see you guys in game. I definitely recommend playing it if you haven't already. The game is free on Steam and it'll probably come to console soon. It's like 4 gigabytes and it really doesn't have any performance problems. You could probably have a pretty bad PC and play it. It's a ton of fun. It's very casual. It's very simple. There's no crazy building or anything like that. So yeah, I definitely recommend playing it. If you think I left anything out or you have any other questions, feel free to comment below or follow me on Twitch and I would be happy to help you out there answering your questions and even playing with you. I'll leave a link to my Twitch in the description. But yeah, thanks for watching and hope this helped.